14. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
Throwing, Jones. Now he's flushed out left. First down and much more here for Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jones. Sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones being chased out left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Looking to throw. Jones forced out to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the Chargers' 2-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
It's 3rd down and goal.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Gano's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. But Justin Herbert looking comfortable here in season number 2. He looked comfortable in season number 1 for that matter. But what's the game plan for defending and trying to limit him?
Oh, you've asked a really difficult question there because you're right. Year 1, he looked like a 5-7-year veteran, and he's only going to continue to get better. But with a guy who throws such a pretty ball and has such a great arm, throwing the long ball has got to be a blast for him. He wants to push the ball downfield. Doesn't mean he can't make all the other throws, but I want to take those away first and make him beat me by being accurate and dinking and dunking all the way downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Chargers nothing.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. That's complete to John Ross. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's out to the flat for Swift. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw. Jones. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Giants 10, Chargers nothing. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Herbert throwing again. He's airing it out for Williams. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Gano the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
17. Chargers, nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me. Under pressure, they got him again. Lorenzo Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Ty Long now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Jones now on 1st down. He'll get this off to Swift. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Jones from the gun on third down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Robert Alford. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
28-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert flushed out right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Trey McKinney with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Chargers 7. Dustin Hopkins set to kick.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now on 2nd and 13. Jones.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
All right, Coach, thank you very much, as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
They're on 14-yard line.
The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. Flush to his right.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Jones throw here taken in by Ingram.
And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. 2nd guy in, tackle the ball.
Now Herbert following the turnover. That'll be complete to Cook. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Finding room to the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
At the 22-yard line.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Herbert now. Eluding the pressure right. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Third and 2, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Chargers.
Jalen Guyton.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is down to a field goal.
17. Chargers 14. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now a give, right side, Swift. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Third down, here comes Swift. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And some room to work. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. To tackle them almost on the spot, that means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert throwing the out route and complete. That's Williams.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Back to throw here, Herbert. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you... You need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make that.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. It's our field. Hey, but Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey,
Here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. 3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards.
14's the mic. 14's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Hopkins' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd and 7, Jones. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Swift. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's brought down.
Complete to Darius Slayton. A gain of 15. And the Giants.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
1st down, New York.
Running is Swift. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Jones. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Gano's kick is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert.
is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One last throw here for Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because